So in this transportation engineering, we have highway engineering, number one, highway engineering. Number two, railway engineering. Number three, airport engineering. Basically, in highway engineering, we have geometric design of highways, number two, highway materials, number three, pavements, flexible pavements, rigid pavements, next number five, traffic engineering. So these are the chapters we need to cover in highway engineering for GATE exam. Okay. In railway engineering, we have only one thing, that is geometric design of railway track. Okay. Geometric design of track. In airport engineering, we have only one thing, that here also, that is runway design. Of course, taxiway and exit taxiway. Okay. These are the chapters we need to cover in transportation engineering. Okay. Design of highways. So here basically we need to design some elements. Okay. In that, first, stopping sight distance. Stopping sight distance. It is called basically SSD. Sight distance. That means how much road should be visible for a driver, okay, on the road from any point. That is stopping sight distance. Okay. Next, intermediate sight distance. ISD. Headlight sight distance. HSD. Headlight sight distance. Okay. Next, overtaking sight distance. OSD. Then camber of the road. Camber. What is meant by camber? Then what is meant by super elevation at curves? Super elevation at curves. What is transition curve? Then what is absolute minimum radius of the curve or ruling minimum radius of the curve? Ruling minimum radius and absolute minimum radius of curve. Then radius beyond which no superelevation is required. Then extra widening at curves. Extra widening of road at curves. Then summit curves, that is comes under vertical curves, summit curves. Valley curves. So actually before this, before summit curves, valley curves, we need to discuss about setback distance. Setback distance, okay. Then summit curves. Then valley curves. Then lowest point of vertical curve. And highest point lowest point of valley curve. And highest point of summit curve calculation. Okay. Stopping side distance, SSD. Okay. So how to understand this stopping side distance? Suppose if there is a road like this, something road like this. Suppose vehicle is traveling with a speed of something v. Okay. Suppose vehicle is here traveling with some speed. Because of some problem, suppose because of this curve and some suppose trees are there on the roadside, what happens? Sorry. The person may not see one, from one place to another place. Suppose he may not see the obstruction on the road here. Okay, because of this one he cannot see. Okay, so suppose some obstruction is there. Suddenly if we observe that obstruction, if we want to stop that vehicle before going to get accident, okay, he needs to stop the vehicle. So for that, some minimum road should be visible to the driver. Some minimum road length should be visible to the driver to stop the vehicle. That distance is called actually stopping sight distance. Some danger is seen from the on the vehicle, from the vehicle. To stop the vehicle before meeting that thing or animal or whatever danger, okay, before meeting that one, he needs to stop the vehicle. So for stopping the vehicle, how much distance is required? Actually, the stopping side distance is having two components, that is SSD is having two components, that is one is lag distance plus braking distance. Lag distance plus braking distance. What is meant by lag distance? See, after seeing the danger on the road, driver has to take decision to stop the vehicle. So before taking the decision, the vehicle will travel some distance, right? So suppose if you take some 2 seconds to take this decision, so in 2 seconds, having that speed, okay, that speed into time, what happens? Speed into time is the distance. So that lag distance is nothing but speed of the vehicle multiplied by reaction time of driver. See, after seeing the danger on the road, the driver has to take decision. That means that the thing should be seen from by the driver. That means the light rays first fall on the thing, then the light has to travel and reach the retina of the driver. Then from retina to it has to travel to the brain. Brain, some analysis should be done. After analyzing the situation, he has to take decision, and finally after taking the decision, he has to give instructions to the hands or legs, whatever, okay. So for applying brakes. So all these to happen, all these things, it takes some time, right? The time is called reaction time. So the reaction time is generally it is 2.5 seconds generally, okay. It varies from driver to driver. As per this one IRC code, we need to take 2.5 seconds. Otherwise, in a gate exam, he may specify that reaction time. Suppose drunken driver may take 4 seconds or 5 seconds, or young driver may take only 1.5 seconds. It depends on driver actually, that reaction time. So speed into time gives you distance. This distance is called lag distance. That means before taking decision and applying brakes, the vehicle will travel some distance. That distance is called lag distance. So our intention is here, after seeing the danger on the road, we need to stop the vehicle before meeting the danger, okay, before reaching the danger position. So to stop the vehicle, he has to apply brakes and bring the vehicle to rest position. So before applying brakes, the vehicle will travel some distance. So that distance is called lag distance, okay. Next, so actually speed, basically speed in generally we need to take speed in meters per second. So how to convert that speed from kilometer per hour to meter per second means, you see here conversion of speed from kmph to meter per second, okay. So kilometer per hour is equal to, kilo means 1000 meters, hour means 3600 seconds. So 1 kmph equal to 1 by 3.6 meter per second, okay. That means 100 kmph, suppose, how to convert means equal to 100 by 3.6 meter per second. So V kmph equal to V divided by 3.6 meter per second. So dividing with 3.6, you can convert any speed to meters per second from kmph. So always keep in mind here, speed you should take in meter per second, reaction time in seconds. So finally you get lag distance in meters. Okay, lag distance you'll get in meters. So what is lag distance? Lag distance is nothing but before application of brakes to stop the vehicle travels some distance. That distance is called lag distance. Then what is meant by braking distance? So how to calculate this braking distance? Okay. Braking distance. So braking distance varies from, I mean, place to place. That means if road is plain road, no gradient, then formula is different. If it is an up gradient, then formula is different. If it is in down gradient, formula is different. Suppose brake distance means after application of brakes, after how much distance vehicle stops, that is the braking distance. Okay. After application of brakes, the distance required to stop the vehicle, Okay, that means here very simple. Why we need that distance means the vehicle will be having some kinetic energy, right? So kinetic energy has to be killed. Okay, what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy equal to half mv square. Half mv square is the kinetic energy. Total kinetic energy has to be killed to stop the vehicle. So after stopping the vehicle, how much kinetic energy will be there? Zero kinetic energy, because velocity will be zero. So to stop the vehicle, I mean, the vehicle stopped means kinetic energy becomes zero. Where this energy will go? Where this energy will go means some work has to be done. Work has to be done to kill the kinetic energy. So work equal to how much means work equal to, actually work is force into displacement. So force is nothing but braking force. Okay, the braking force, actually vehicle weight is mg. Vehicle weight is mg. So suppose vehicle is there like this on the road. Okay, vehicle weight is mg. Because of coefficient of friction, see vehicle is moving in rightward direction, means it is moving in rightward direction with velocity v. Obviously frictional force will be there in opposite direction. You know that frictional force is normal reaction mg multiplied by coefficient of friction. Generally we take here f. Okay, coefficient of friction is f. So that force equal to this braking force fb equal to mg into f. Okay, where f equal to coefficient of longitudinal friction. Coefficient of longitudinal friction f. Okay, so that f value depends on speed again. So it varies with the speed. I will give you that values also. Generally the coefficient of friction f depends on, clear logic aim clear uన్నారు కదా. So kinetic energy equal to work done. So half mv square equal to mgf into db. So db equal to v square by 2gf. So ssd in plain road equal to vt plus v square by 2gf. See, sometimes braking efficiency may not be 100%. So suppose braking efficiency is eta, then SSD equal to Vt plus V square by 2Z. F we need to multiply with eta. Example, F equal to suppose 0.7, 70% friction is there. Suppose eta equal to 50%. Then SSD calculation, SSD equal to Vt plus V square by 2Z. See, 0.7 into 0.5. So sometimes braking efficiency is given means that braking efficiency needs to be multiplied to F. So remember this point, braking efficiency needs to be multiplied to eta. Braking efficiency eta needs to be multiplied to F. Okay, coefficient of friction F. Okay, that you need to remember if braking efficiency given means. What is braking efficiency means? So after applying brakes, the brake may not be lock the wheel completely. Okay, partially it may lock. So to compensate that one, that effect, so efficiency we take. Okay, that F needs to be multiplied to that efficiency. That you should keep in mind. If it is given means, not given, nothing to worry. Okay. So now how to calculate braking distance in gradients? Braking distance in gradients. Suppose let us take up gradient. Like this up gradient, let us take. Suppose this is some theta. So otherwise this gradient is 1 in n. 1 in n. Example, 1 in 100. 1 in 100 means what? For 100 meters horizontal length, 1 meter up is there, then that gradient is 1 in 100. Okay, 1 in 100 gradient. Okay. Similarly, 1 in 40 means for 40 meter distance, 1 meter rise is there longitudinally. Then this gradient is called 1 in 40. So like this. Okay, 1 in n gradient is there here. If you have 1 in gradient like this, then suppose vehicle is like this. Vehicle is moving like this. Okay, in this direction up gradient it is moving. Then what happens here? The vehicle weight always it acts in downward direction. The component, normal component is mg cos theta, and this component is mg sin theta. Of course, vehicle velocity is v here. Okay, vehicle is moving forward direction. I mean up gradient, it is moving. So now the frictional force here, how much? Here at the road surface, frictional force will be there. So frictional force, what do you call that in previous one? F. Okay, braking force or frictional force. Okay, braking force FB equal to, see, the normal reaction is mg cos theta multiplied by F. So the braking force, braking effect will be in opposite direction. Apart from braking effect, I mean braking force, one more force is acting in opposite direction of the vehicle movement, that is mg sin theta. So now kinetic energy, here also kinetic energy equal to work done. Kinetic energy of the vehicle is half mv square. Work done is force into distance traveled, right? Force is here. See, mg cos theta into F is the frictional force. Apart from frictional force, one more force is there, vehicle weight component. See, mg sin theta is the vehicle component which is opposing the vehicle motion. These are the two forces now. One is frictional force and another is vehicle component in horizontal direction, that is mg sin theta into braking distance. So now in this equation, everywhere m gets cancelled. Okay. Now dB braking distance equal to v square by 2 gf cos theta plus g sin theta. Okay. Here one small correction will, some approximation we will have for small angles. For small angles, cos theta approximately 1, sin theta is approximately equal to tan theta is equal to actually equal to 1 by n. Okay, 1 in n means okay, it's actually 1 by n. Okay, or otherwise generally we represent like this. 1 in n means in percentage, or 1 in n or n percentage. Okay, let us take percentage only, n percentage. That gradient we take in percentage. Gradient equal to n percentage. Okay, n percentage means for 100 meters, let us assume it is n meters rise. Then it is for 100 it is n. Percent means what? N percent, n per 100. N percent means n per 100. Example, suppose 4% gradient means what? 4% gradient means 4% gradient means 4 meters rise in 100 meters. That means like this. This is 100 meters means this is 4 meters. So 4% is nothing but 0.04. That means for every meter, 1 meter, rise will be 0.04. That is the gradient percentage. Okay. So here sin theta is approximately equal to tan theta. That is approximately equal to n in decimal system. That means n is here 0.04. If it is 4%, it is 0.04 here. N% means. Otherwise, if you take in percent,
Sir,
yes.
2g sin theta.
2g, 2, okay. Yeah, 2 in common, okay. So now that equal to v square by 2 g f cos theta is 1 plus g sin theta. Sin theta means tan theta, that equal to n, okay. N like this, where n is here in decimal system. Otherwise, if it is in percent, if you take like 4, n by 100 we need to consider here, okay. We are taking here n is in decimal system, okay. 0.04 something like that. That means braking distance equal to v square by 2 g take common f plus n. Okay. So now SSD equal to Vt plus v square by 2g f plus n. N is here where n is gradient in decimal format. 0.04, something like that. Okay, 5% means 0.05. Okay, n value. So this is the formula for SSD in up gradient. Similarly, in down gradient, what happens? Suppose vehicle is moving in a downward direction. Like this. Then vehicle weight, mg, normal reaction, mg cos theta. Vehicle component is in this direction, mg sin theta. Of course, braking force, okay. This braking force equal to mg cos theta into f. Okay. Now also we can apply same this one. So down gradient. This one is down gradient. See, in down gradient, here also we need to apply same formula. Kinetic energy equal to work done. See here, kinetic energy half mv square. Work done is, see, opposing force. Vehicle is moving in forward direction. Opposing force is here mg cos theta into f. See, minus mg sin theta. Because why minus means, so it is opposite to the direction of frictional force. That's why this is the opposing force multiplied by braking distance. So dB equal to, see, just v square, mm gets cancelled, v square by 2 g cos theta into f minus sin theta. Of course, by approximation, can have 2z cos theta is 1. So f minus sin theta equal to tan theta equal to n. So f minus n. So now SSD equal to Vt plus v square by 2z into f minus n. Okay. So like this. And sometimes braking distance required to reduce the speed from v1 to v2. Sometimes, see, suppose you are going on outer ring road, okay, from outer ring road to exit path, if you want to move, so outer ring road speed limit is different, exit path speed limit may be different. Suppose in outer ring road you may be traveling with 150 kmph, not a problem. Okay, if it is designed for 150, you can travel with 150 kmph on outer ring road. Suppose you want to exiting from outer ring road, one lane will be there. In that lane, suppose speed limit is only 40 kmph. So you need to reduce the speed from 150 kmph to 40 kmph. So before that itself, you need to apply brakes. Before entering into that path, you need to reduce the speed to a lower limit of that 40. So to reduce the speed to 40, you need to apply brakes before some distance. So before, what is that distance? Okay, so that is that braking distance required to reduce the speed from v1 to v2 means, see, kinetic energy difference of kinetic energy equal to work done, right? That is the difference of, and that means how much kinetic energy needs to be killed, half mv1 square minus half mv2 square equal to work done. See, work done it may be in on plain road or up gradient or down gradient, not a problem. So that's why we write here work done mg. What is that? mgf is the force, okay, braking force generally, and another is what? Okay, into braking distance, otherwise plus or minus mg sin theta is there, no? So mg sin theta means sin theta equal to tan theta equal to n, mgn, okay, into braking distance. Okay, now gets cancelled, so v1 square minus dB equal to braking distance here equal to v1 square minus v2 square divided by, what is that, 2g f plus or minus n. See, upgradient means plus, downgradient means minus, no gradient means n0. Okay, so that means distance required, braking distance required is equal to v1 square minus v2 square by 2g f plus or minus n. So these are the things, okay, to be remembered. Suppose find, we'll see one simple problem. Find stopping sight distance required for national highway with velocity equal to, generally we use capital V for kmph speed, capital V equal to 100 kmph, f equal to given 0.35 and reaction time t equal to 2.5 seconds. Okay, gradient not given, so directly SSD equal to Vt plus V square by 2gf. V is here 100 kmph, that means 100 by 3.6 time 2.5 seconds plus V square, that is again 100 by 3.6 whole square by 2, g value 9.81, f 0.35. How much it is?
182, sir.
182 meters. Okay. So note here, sometimes for single lane two-way traffic, single lane two-way traffic, SSD equal to 2 times of Vt plus V square by 2gf. Why means, suppose that if the road is single lane like this, suppose vehicle may be moving from here, one vehicle is moving like this and another vehicle may be coming like this. So before meeting an accident, both has to be stopped at a common position, right? Suppose it will come here and this will come here before meeting. So this distance is 1 Vt plus V square by 2gf. This distance also Vt plus V square by 2gf. So after seeing each other, they will analyze the situation and they will apply brakes. Obviously, they will come to rest at this position. So sight distance required is now this one. For these two vehicles, sight distance SSD required is here this much, which is equal to 2 times of Vt plus V square by 2gf. Okay. So if it is mentioned like this, single lane two-way traffic, then don't forget to multiply this 2. Okay. The logic also understood. Okay. So there is, so double lane is there, not a problem. I mean double lane is there like this. So one vehicle will be in this lane and another vehicle will be in this lane. So just SSD required is only Vt plus V square by 2gf is enough. Okay. If double lanes are there, only for single lane we need to multiply 2. Clear? Next, note down. Find SSD for single lane two-way traffic for following details, for following data. V equal to 40 kmph, reaction time 2.5 second, F equal to 0.4. Okay, formula SSD equal to 2 times of Vt plus V square by 2gf, that equal to 2 into V 40 by 3.6 time 2.5 seconds plus V square 40 by 3.6 square by 2 into 9.81 into F 0.4. How much?
87.
87 meters. Okay. Like this. Clear? Kirti, clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Next. Find SSD required for design speed of 80 kmph with F equal to 0.35. The road is in 3% upgradient. Take reaction time equal to 2.5 seconds. Okay. So upgradient 3%. So obviously SSD formula, you know, Vt plus V square by 2z F plus N, which is equal to V 80 by 3.6 T 2.5 seconds plus V square 80 by 3.6 square by 2 into 9.81 into F 0.35 plus N. N is here 3% means 0.03. Don't forget that, okay? Don't substitute directly 3. It is 3% means 0.03. So what is the answer? Srinivas?
121.77.
Sir,
1? How much?
121.7, sir.
121.8 meters, okay? That is the braking distance, I mean stopping side distance required. Similarly, suppose find SSD required on down gradient of 1 in 60 road, 1 in 60 road for design speed of 90 kmph, F equal to 0.35 and driver reaction time T equal to 2.5 seconds. See here 1 in 60. So what is, see here, what is N value? 1 in 60 means 1 by 60. Okay. like this. So SSD equal to Vt plus V square by 2Z F minus N. V 90 by 3.6 time 2.5 seconds plus V square 90 by 3.6 square by 2 into 9.81 into F 0.35 minus 1 by 60. Sometimes he may give like this also 1 in 60 something like that. Okay, then directly you can take 1 by 60. So what is the value?
158, sir.
158
58.
meters. Okay, you should practice this. Calculations also. Okay, so transportation engineering is almost having weightage of 14 marks, about 14 marks, 12 to 14 marks. So you should be very careful about everything. Okay, calculations, logic, concept, derivation, everything. Okay, next. A driver wants to reduce the speed from 100 kmph to 50 kmph to shift from national highway to state highway. Okay, his requirement is to reduce the speed, reducing the speed from 100 to 50. Okay, the gradient of road is upgradient 2.6%. Upgradient 2.6%. Okay, F equal to 3.5. Driver reaction time equal to 2.5. Sorry, F equal to 0.35. T equal to 2.5 seconds. Find the braking distance required. Braking distance required for driver. Okay. See, you should be very careful about what question is asking. Okay. The question asking is here only finding braking distance, right? So braking distance, don't add lag distance here. See, even though he has given that T equal to 2.5 seconds, it is immaterial for us, the reaction time, because we need only braking distance. So braking distance formula, dB equal to here reduction of speed only. That means V1 square minus V2 square by 2Z into F. It is upgradient. So plus N, which is equal to V1 square 100 by 3.6 square minus V2 square 50 by 3.6 square divided by 2 into 9.81 into F 0.35 minus N. 2.6% means 0.026. Okay, how much it is?
0.35 minus 0.0 plus, sir.
Sir, plus, sorry. Upgradient is
Gradient plus. Okay,
78.44, sir.
78.44 meters. Okay, like this, braking distance alone can be determined. Suppose a driver needs 15 meters more braking distance in upgradient compared to braking distance in down gradient. Okay. Design speed is 80 kmph. Okay. F equal to 0.35. Find the gradient of the road. Gradient of the road in percent. In percent. Okay, suppose braking distance in upgradient. In upgradient equal to V square by 2Z F plus N. Braking distance in down gradient equal to V square by 2Z F minus N. Okay. According to his statement, obviously upgradient braking distance is more than down gradient braking distance. So upgradient braking distance is V square by 2Z F plus N is how much more? 15 meters more. So 15 plus V square by 2Z F minus N. This is the equation here. Okay. So upgradient braking distance is 15 meters more than down gradient braking distance. So we can substitute and solve this one. Okay. So substituting here V square 80 by 3.6 square by 2 into 9.81 into F 0.35 plus N equal to 15 plus 80 by 3.6 square by 2 into 9.81 into 0.35 minus N. So solve and tell me what is N value here. You should develop problem solving skills also. I mean calculation skills also. Okay. Yes, what is N value? See 80 divided by 3.6 square divided by 19.62 is 25.17 by 0.35 plus N equal to 15 plus 25.17 by 0.35 minus N. Okay. That equal to 15 into 0.35 minus N plus 25.17 by 0.35 minus N. Get this side 0.5 by 0.35 plus N. Okay, now one more step I will write by 0.35 plus N equal to, that is 15 into 0.35 plus 25.17 equal to 30.42. 30.42 minus 15N divided by 0.35 minus N. So cross multiply 25.17 into 0.35. 8.8095 minus 25.17 n equal to 30.42 multiplied by 0.35. 10.647 plus 30.42 n minus 15 into 0.35. 5.25 n minus 15 n square. So taking this side, 15 n square, n's are minus 25.17 minus 30.42 plus 5.25 equal to minus 50.34 n. Constants 8.8095 minus 10.647, that is minus 1.8375 equal to 0. So solving this, n equal to minus b, that is 50.34 plus or minus square root of b square, 50.34 square minus 4ac. So plus 4 into 15 into 1.8375 divided by 2a, 30. That equal to 50 by 3. 50.34 by 30. That is 1.678 plus or minus. That one is square root of 50.34 square plus 4 into 15 into 1.8375 equal to 51 divided by 30. 1.714. Obviously, positive sign needs to be taken. That equal to 1. What is this? So it's very big value you'll get. So minus only it should be taken. Okay. Sorry. Anything wrong here?
3.39 to 1, sir.
1 second.
Less.
Upgradient. See here our statement is wrong actually. 15 meters more braking. See, upgradient less braking distance is required actually. See, our statement is wrong because down gradient only more distance is required. So we'll correct that. Okay. 15 meters more braking distance required in down gradient compared to up gradient. Down gradient compared to up gradient. That means plus and minus will get an interchange, right? So here minus will come. I will correct everything. So here minus down gradient is more compared to up gradient. Then what happens exactly here? So here it is minus here plus minus plus here. So again here plus will come, plus 25 here minus, here plus. So here minus, here plus. In this calculation 15 into 0.35, this is okay. Here plus 15n. Then here plus, this is okay. 30.42 into 0.38 10 point. Here minus should come. And this one is plus. And this one is minus, right? Okay. Now 15n square. This one is now 25.17 what is this 0.42 n plus 0.42 minus 5.25, 20.34 n, 20.34 n. Is it correct? 20.34 n. Plus 20.34, then 8.8095 minus 10.647. That's all. 1.8375 minus. Okay. Then minus B. Minus B means minus 20.34. 20.34 square minus 4AC same by 2A. Okay. So this one is 20.34 divided by 30. It is minus 0.678 plus or minus root of
సార్ 0.03 ఒకటి వచ్చింది.
1 second more. Plus 4 into 15 into 1.8375 equal to 22 by 30. 0.763. So n is actually positive value we need to get. So obviously minus 0.678 plus 0.763. So minus 0.763 minus 0.678. 0.085,
85.
which is equal to, in percent means 8.5% of gradient. Okay. On a national highway, if braking distance is 20% more than lag distance, given f equal to 0.35, gradient okay, t reaction time equal to 2.5 seconds, gradient not mentioned. Find the design speed. Find the design speed in kmph. Okay, you know, lag distance equal to Vt, braking distance equal to V square by 2ZF. So according to this statement, braking distance equal to V square by 2ZF equal to 20% more. That means 1.2 times of lag distance Vt. So here V and square gets cancelled. So V by 2ZF equal to 1.2 into T. Substituting here, so V equal to 1.2 into T into 2ZF. That equal to 1.2 into T is 2.5 seconds. 2 into G 9.81 into F 0.35, which is equal to 1.2 into 2.5 into 2 into 9.81 into 0.35, 20.6 meter per second, which is equal to 20.6 multiplied by 3.6 equal to 74.16 kmph. Okay, so 74.16 is the answer. So questions can be like this.